Hello everyone. I'm going to be broadcasting this through YouTube. This is lesson 1 of the course here at the Ottawa Vocal and Instrumental School of Music. This is a kind of like up close and personal for everybody. And of course, because of this coronavirus, we're going to be doing this as many studios across the land are doing as well. And not only for group classes, but for private lessons. It's happening everywhere. So sit down, relax. I'm going to talk to you just as if I was doing the class downstairs. I'm upstairs in my private studio right now. But when we usually take our lessons, it's downstairs. And we've got a big room there, and I teach from there. And I'm basically going to do exactly the same as I've been doing for the last 20 years, teaching groups in private lessons. Let me begin by telling you that there are a few little things that you must know. I don't know whether or not everybody might have a pick available, but at this stage of the game, it's not super important. You can use just your hand, and when you get a chord, right, you're going to strum down using your finger, this finger here, okay? So this is regarded as your first finger in guitar. It's unlike the piano where they're saying this is your first, second, third, fourth, fifth. In guitar, on the right hand, this is your first finger. I'm going to be talking about that. First finger, second finger, third finger, right? And we can be doing that on the left hand too. And the left hand is going to be called first finger, second finger, third finger, right? When you're doing the association to the fingering on the right hand, it is more or less when you're doing finger picking, okay, where you're using your second, your first, and that kind of thing. But for the most part of this whole course, we're going to be using a pick. And as I said, you don't have the pick, you can use your right hand. And when you're strumming the chords that I'm going to show you, you're going to strum down, and you're going to use your first finger and kind of like the nail on it. So strum down with the nail, right? Okay? Now, I've sent everyone the papers through email, and you're going to see this one here, okay? There are two different types of guitars that are on this particular sheet, but there is one that is missing off this sheet, which I like to talk about sometimes live, right? Because we don't know all the students what type of guitars they have until they bring them in. We're assuming that some of you that have rented the guitar is a standard folk guitar. It has 6 strings. It has steel strings on it, right? The classical guitar, which is not on here, has a wider neck. It's just a little bit wider here, okay? So, and you can still do it, but it has nylon strings, okay? So the nylon strings are much easier to for the fingers, as they say. But I often tell everybody, we have like 8-year-olds, 7-year-olds that are doing your steel string, and sure, everybody complains a little bit at the beginning, right? They're gonna say, oh, my fingers, ooh, they're hurting, right? But you'll get over that. I've been teaching this course for so many years, and last week, which was sometime in March, my group had finished, and if you would have went on the website, there's a little link there that shows what we did at the end of the lesson, which is really cool. And we're hoping that 2 months from now or 8 weeks from now, everybody will be back here. Let's hope, right? And even sooner than that, right? But right now, we'll make this video a generic video, Yes, it is concerning the coronavirus, and that's why we're doing it. But also, I think it's good to have that I make a video finally after all these years, and I've thought about it because usually when I teach, I'm talking all the time. There's hardly ever where someone will raise their hand and ask a question. I'm pretty, I explain it fairly well for everyone, right? And I'll do some close-up shots. I can be coming up really close here. And the other thing is, you'll be able to stop this video and go over it again, rather than do the live broadcast, right? And then, you know, there's internet issues and that kind of thing. So what I'd like to do is start off with the guitar that you have. If it is a standard guitar, right, you're going to see that it has steel strings. Everybody would know what steel strings look like, and everybody would know what the nylon strings look like. So these nylon strings on the guitar, as I mentioned, for anyone that might have it, it's going to be a little bit wider to push your fingers down when we're doing a chord. But that's great, because if you so desire to switch to just a regular folk guitar half, it's even going to be easier for you, because the neck will be a little bit smaller and it'll be much easier to go ahead and play that chord, right? But no problem for now. So let's take a look at that sheet, okay? The one over here, that is a Spanish guitar or a folk guitar, okay? They also call it a dreadnought guitar. Okay, there's certain names. This is an electric guitar. It's good for everyone to go through the names. It says, you know, headstock at the top, tuning keys and pegs. Let's talk about that, the tuning keys. I tuned some of the guitars that were rented out for this course, and it's very important that you don't stand your guitar up somewhere where it's going to fall over, because you risk breaking the neck, right, of the guitar, split. And even if that didn't happen, what's going to go on is that the pegs will move. Once they move, it's going to be out of tune. So if we're giving you a chord, you're going to go, how come that doesn't sound good? It doesn't sound like the teacher, right? It's because you went out of tune. So be careful. I mean, I know there's a lot of online apps that will tune a guitar, but you kind of got to know what you're doing, because sometimes you go the wrong way and you'll snap the string. Now, we never had hardly anyone ever do that in my group, because I'm there and I see if there's something totally out of tune. There's sometimes that it happens. Somebody takes it upon themselves to go over and want to tune it. They're going the wrong way, and the whole guitar is out of tune. Then you're going to have it tuned. So, I mean, and you can email me directly at robsmusic@rogers.com, and I'll be glad to meet you here during this crisis, right? And you know, we'll do the safe distancing kind of thing, but you know, you're going to just give me the guitar quick. I'll tune it in about 1 minute, and I'll give it back to you, and you're on your way again, right? Just in the event that happens. Let's continue on now. So, get yourself familiar with this sheet, because sometimes, you know, in guitar, you want to talk about, you want to get your point across, and you want to say, the thing, it's a thing on my guitar, and it's like it's a metal piece, and it's on the, you know, and you can't explain it to someone, right? So you want to tell them, oh, okay, it's on the neck of my guitar, and it's the first fret, or the second fret, or the third fret, or the fourth fret, okay? So we go by this. I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be saying, okay, let's put your first finger of the left hand on the first string of the second fret, let's say. So just hear me out. You don't have to do it. But these are frets. So if I said put your first finger on the first string, which is the bottom of your guitar, that's the first string. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strings, right? And you want to put that first finger on the first fret, right there, see it? See it? And push on it, right? Now when you do that, I want you to watch where your thumb is, because you're not going to put your thumb right behind the neck. I want you to lay it a little bit on the top, see, like I am, right? And so there you go, look at my first finger on the first fret of the first string, and I play it, right? If I talk to you about an open string is simply when you just play the string open. There's nothing there. You're not touching this hand, the left hand. Okay? All right? And notice, I'm not using a pick right now, and I'm using my thumb to play that string. So I'll show you right here close. Look here. Right? See? Don't do this or anything like that, right? Okay. So, we're going to carry on, and I'll come up nice and close to the camera so that you can see what you're doing, and then you can review it too, you know. Some of the other parts of the guitar, you got, you know, your sound hole, and you get that hole in the middle. Now, if you look at mine, mine's a little bit different, you know. Mine doesn't have that hole in here, okay? Mine has the holes on the side. That's the way they constructed this guitar, which is an ovation guitar. But it also has all that on the side, because this is a semi-acoustic, they call it, okay? So I could plug this guitar in and play it through an amplifier in a band, you know, instead of just miking it. You have that sound hole. You have that sound hole, and you have the pick guard, which when you are drumming, right, you're not going to scratch your guitar, okay? You also have an important thing is that you should know that this whole part here, okay, whoops, this whole part here, okay, this is the sound where you get your sound, so it's called a sound board, right? And then at the end, you have like these things, which is the bridge pins, okay? Now, this guitar is unique because this one doesn't have these pins like your guitar has, okay? It just goes underneath and catches, right? But you will have these bridge pins, okay? So, and you should know just those, and what the body of the guitar is called, right? So, that's about all. You don't have to know what the other one, where the electric guitar is, because the electric guitar has different things. Got the electric pickups on it and all that kind of stuff, okay? So I'm just going to move in a little bit, and I'm going to start by telling everyone, make sure that, even the girls, okay, that you cross your right leg and you sit with that guitar on your right leg, because otherwise you're going to be down, okay, and what's going to happen is you're going to be doing this. You're going to do this, and it's going to get annoying, real annoying, okay? You can't hold it up. So cross your leg, and then it'll stay up there, okay? And you've got it pretty well off the side. Don't do this, okay? And don't do that, right? So this is all the beginning stages, so I don't have to say that again, right? Later, you'll know what to do, okay? So remember, so far, the pegs, don't touch them. They should be in tune from when we gave you the guitar. And if you had your own guitar, hopefully it'll be in tune. If you think you're in doubt that it's not in tune, email me. All right, so I think we're ready to do this, okay? We're going to look at the first sheet that I sent you. And I have to tell you, you know, in all the years that I did this, I have never changed the protocol of what I've done. So when I when I give you that and I have my writing on there, or, you know, even the second sheet like this, or like that, that's not out of a book. That's my course. That's how I figured out over all these years how to get people to play. I mean, you can go on YouTube all you want and watch for online lessons and all that thing. But I'm telling you right now, I've done this so often that I did a couple of little tweaks over the years, and by the 8th lesson, okay, I'm going to do it for you right now. The 8th lesson, we're going to be able to take a chord. We're not going to do strumming like this at the 8th lesson, just like that, and switching chords, and that's all you do. And also, yes, at the beginning, what we're going to do a few little bit of, you know, this kind of thing. A little bit of this so that you're getting familiar, right? And you're strengthening your fingers from day one. But as we go along, after we do a little bit of that, we're going to be doing chords, a lot of chords, and strumming. So that strumming that we're going to do is it's the most versatile strumming you can get. And I know that many guitar teachers, they don't even go into that. They I don't think that's, you know, the students have a hard time with it. Well, I'm here to tell you, when I'm done with you, you're going to see how you're going to do it. So here's that strumming I was talking about. Check it out. So you're going to see that, and you're going to run this video back, because when we start getting that strumming pattern, you're going to listen to me. Of course, I'll do it again on the 2nd lesson, you know, 3rd lesson, and you can run it back and run it back. I think a lot better than me doing it a few times and you got to go home and figure out what it is, because it's not going to be on the course. Okay, you can't see it on a paper. Even if you do see it and it says down, down, up, down, up. I mean, how do you know you're not going to go, when you get, by the time you get home, you're going to go down, down, up, down, up, and you lose, and then you go a whole week and you do it wrong, right? So you're going to have this particular video to always go back and check out. All right, so when we got that first sheet, which is over here, right? Okay, we're going to look at the top because it says notes on the first string. So this is what we're going to do. Okay? We're going to look at our left hand. We're going to look at also at the first string. The first string is down here, way down here. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to learn E, F, and G as it says so on your sheet. Right? Now I also marked down there the fretboard, and where the black dot is, you can see where your finger is going to go. But you're going to have me now to show you. So look, you're going to take the guitar, you're going to hold it steady, you're going to play the open string. Remember I said that? Open string of the first string. So look at it. That's all I did. I just played and plucked the first string, which is the bottom one, open. Easy, right? Go ahead and do it with me. Look. Let's do it. Ready? Together. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, do it. Okay, easy. Now we're going to go to the second note, which is going to be called F. That is on the first fret. Okay, remember I told you about the frets? See, even mine got the frets on it. So the fret is right here, not that that metal piece there. Okay, right there. Okay, so you want to put your finger right here, okay, on the first fret of the first string, see? And watch, listen, listen. I just did it, right? And if you hear this, you hear that? You're not pushing hard enough. I know. You're going to say, oh, my fingers are killing me. Just do it. You can do it. Now, okay? Now watch this, because we're going to go to the next string, which is G. Now we're going to skip over the second fret. We are going to keep your finger down, your first finger, while you take this one, which is your third finger, and you're going to reach over, and you're going to play that right there. The third fret of the first string. Check it out. See? There again. Don't let that one go. So watch this. I'm going to do open, E, first fret, first string, F, and reach over, and G. So you're basically going, yeah. Okay? Just practice that, because that's going to take a little bit. It won't take too long. Most everybody gets it in about like 5 minutes. You got it, okay? You're going to be doing the same thing now on the second string. The second string. Remember, it's at the bottom. The second string is not the first one here. It's one up. Now, the notes of that one is going to be, like it says on your paper, B, C, and D. Okay? Notice that it's like the alphabet. You know, B, C, D. I mean, after A come B, B, C, D. Or at the beginning, remember, it was E, F, G. Okay, same thing. So, second string, we're going to go open, first fret, second string, and then reach over to grab the next one. So you're going to be going like this. B, C, D. Okay? B, C, D. B, C, D. That's it. So if I did the E, F, the first one, look at E, F, G, and B, C, D. Now, now's a good time to stop the video and just practice that and then continue with it, right? That's why I thought, after all this discussion of with my colleagues, oh, let's go online. And I thought, maybe this is a better idea, right? So, we're going to go on. If you look on that sheet, it says G and A. We're only going to do 2 notes for the next string, okay? So we're going to the third string in the bottom, right? But you are only going to play 2 notes. And guess what? You're going to use your second finger right here, okay? Right there. And you're going to be open of the third string, open, see? And then just put your middle finger, which is going to be the, second finger, right? And you're going to play it on the third string of the second fret. So you're going to be doing this. G, A, G, A, G, A, G, A. Very simple. Let's go to one more, okay? The bottom of my paper there, it says notes on the 4th string, D, E, and F. So we're going to go to the 4th string, and we're going to go open. Now, you're going to put that second finger on the second fret of the 4th string, right? And you're going to play it, because that's going to be the E. So we're going to go D, E, now watch. And you're going to go right to the next fret, which is the 3rd fret, and you're going to play F. D, E, F, like that. D, E, F. Hold on to that finger, your middle finger. D, E, F. Okay? All right. So we're ready now to play what's at the bottom. It says first string melody. So let's do the first string melody. I'll play it first. Of course, it's going to be like this. Look at E, E, F, F, G, G, E. Okay? Remember, stop the video, go back if you have to, and you got to remember those notes, because I'm going to do something special, right? So while you're playing E, E, F, F, G, G, E, okay, I'm going to play some chords, okay? So you're going to get ready for that. So remember, if I say 1, 2, 3, 4, keep that rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because what I can do, I can play along with you. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you just did what I did it previously, and it should match up with my chord. Okay, let's do it again. So you've got your open E ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do that with the second string now. It's the same thing again. Remember, it was like this. B, B, C, C, D, D. See that? And you just end up on the B again. So B, B. Okay. Remember, practice that before you do the one that I'm going to do with the chords now, right? So now I'm going to change chords because basically when you're doing that, we're in a different key. Okay. So are we ready to try it? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Let's go to the next one on the third string. It says, okay, G, G, A, G, A, G. I'll do it first. Okay. So third string. You're going to go G, G, A, G, A, G. So remember, that's the third string, and you're going to be on the second fret. See, second fret. So you're going to go open for 2, then push the second fret down, and then 1 and 1 and 1, 2. Okay? Okay? Ready to do it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? All right. So we're going to be going back to the fourth string. Sorry. So fourth string now. So that one was D, D, E, E, F, F, D. So fourth string, 1, 2, 3, 4. So open, D, D. Okay, that's the open. Then you got to go to the E, E. Remember you did this one? You did it. You put your third finger. So D, D, E, E, F, F, and back. Okay. Can you do that for me? Okay. Now, this particular one, I'm going to use different chords because when you're using that melody, it's kind of like sad. Listen. See that sad sound? Okay. So let's do it. Okay, you ready to do the fourth string melody? And you're going to be doing D, D, E, E, F, F, D. Not too fast, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So all you have to do is do that string. Okay? So I'll do it again. So middle finger. Just a second ago, I used a different finger. I'm so used to doing unformatted things, but make sure you're using a correct finger. Okay, so that's going to take care of that sheet there, right? And you want to make sure that there is no muting. Okay, remember I said like this? If you hear this, listen. Hear that? You're not pushing hard enough. Okay? All right, so you're going to do that. All righty. So, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to our very first chord. This is exciting, okay? Our very first chord. So, for our first chord, we're going to be doing, it's called E. But let me talk to you about chords, okay? What are chords, okay? There's major chords, there's minor chords. I mean, what's that, okay? So, for instance, I'll play a major chord. Listen to it, okay? Kind of happy sound. Okay, happy sound, listen. Okay, happy. But, listen to this. That's obviously a sadder sound. Check this out. Another chord, look at it. Happy, but sad, listen. Okay, and those are chords you're going to be learning, okay? So, let's get on to this first chord for this first week, okay? I'm going to refer to these two fingers all the time. Look at them, they're right here. Make sure you look at them because I want you to you just got to make sure you're going to be doing that. And I say, okay, let's put your second and third finger on such and such, whatever, to get the chord. So, and we play some games too. And I'm doing this exactly to the T of how it would have been in a class because, like I said, no one really asks questions too much, you know. I just don't remember too many, except they might say, oh, how come the note, it doesn't sound. And then I usually go up to them and I take their finger and I push down on it. So they get that. Kind of those questions. But really, throughout the whole course, it's me doing a lot of talking and the students listening. And I also give them the opportunity to take their phone and record certain little things. Like for instance, when I get to next week, when I get to this, you know, when I get to that, let me just switch that over just a little bit. Okay, when I get to that, okay, you're going to be listening to that. You need to listen to that so you get the right rhythm of it. And while we're at it right now, check my right hand, okay? Notice it's going to do this all the time. How do I get that rhythm with my arm going up and down perfectly in sync, right? It's not as if I was going da 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 da, okay? So an important thing is get that arm moving. We're going to talk about that next week. Let's not do this, okay? Don't do that. This is a no-no, all right? Okay, let's get to this first chord. So, I want everybody right now to look at these two fingers, okay? These one, okay? That's your second and our third finger. Okay? So, I'm going to tell everybody, put your second finger, your middle one, okay? Put that on the 5th string of the 2nd fret. I got it. Then the other one, the 3rd finger, put it right underneath it on the 4th string of the 2nd fret. Then you're going to take this one, which is your first, and you're going to put it on the 1st fret of the 3rd string. Okay? This is going to be called the E chord. It's a format. Check it out. Should be able to do that. You got your chord there. E major. See that? Okay. Now, if I was to play something there, listen. Okay? So I'm getting the full sound of an E chord. Okay? And right now you don't need to play that rhythm. Just do this. One string at a time. See that? Listen again. I heard every string. Now, if you get this, oh, listen. Uh-oh, what's that? That means one of the strings, your finger is not pushing down. Now push it down. There you go. Okay? So you're going to practice that for a bit, okay? That's your E chord. Okay? Let's take a look. And we'll go back to it later. Let's take a look now at that sheet. And I took this particular sheet right out of the internet, you know, because it did say a few good things in there. And at the top it says the E chord, and it says the vertical lines are the guitar's frets, over to the right there, see? It says the horizontal lines are the strings, okay? Now, notice that you got 3 black circles there, okay? 3 black circles, okay? So those 3 black circles are what your fingers are playing. Notice it says, put your second finger and your third finger and your first finger, right, where they belong, right? Just like I told you minutes ago, right? And it also says that the O, you see the O at the beginning? Those are open strings. That's what you're going to see sometime in the chords. Not all the time, but you know, they put it there. So when you're playing that E chord that we discussed, that means the top string is open, and you got a few at the bottom that are open too. So you have some that are open and some that are not. Okay? That's all that means, okay? And it'll be in the next lesson as well. So if you look at the next thing, it shows you that the 6th string is the thickest. Mm-hmm. The notes are letters of the alphabet. So we've discussed that already, right? So it's just showing you that the thin string, okay, is at the bottom, and it goes all the way to the top to the 6th string. All right? So very important that you know that, because I'll be talking about that a lot, saying, okay, the 3rd string of the 2nd fret, you can practice that too, you know. Just kind of say some stuff to yourself, like for instance, okay, let me put my 2nd finger, that one, okay, I hate doing that, 2nd finger, okay, this is your 1st, 2nd, on what? You want the 3rd fret? Okay, 3rd fret of what? The 3rd fret of the 2nd string? Okay, let's try that. 3rd fret. So here's the 3rd fret, right? 2nd string, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 2nd string. Okay, got it. And there it is. See? You got to practice. You got to get through that a little bit in your head. After a while, it becomes just au naturel, right? All right. So let me show you a couple of little cool things. Okay. So when you're playing that E chord, look what I can do. I can shift my fingers up 1 fret, look, from here to there. And I get this sound, listen. Okay? I can shift it again, I'll skip 1 fret and go up more. Okay? You ever heard this? And that's only done with that 1 chord, eh? Okay? 1 chord, you can have some fun. Kind of like I usually tell the students to say, get that chord good, and then go to one of your friends and say, hey, check it out, I just took 1 lesson on the guitar. And you do this. And then walk away, right? And go, wow. That's all you know, right? So, but, you know, there's a lot of cool things that can be done on the guitar. Let me talk about this now, that as we go along, we're going to be learning songs. We're going to be learning those chords. An important thing that's going to come up is that when you learn a new chord, next week you're going to learn 2, but on lesson 2. But when you do your changes to, okay, well, what's going to happen is that you need to change. You can't just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, that, because you're late. So all along the course, we have to start to learn to be able to switch from one chord to the other. How you gonna sing a song? You know, you're gonna sing a song with somebody. They're not gonna wait for you, right? They will not. They'll say, "What's going on?" Okay. So I'm gonna take the opportunity now to go over everything quickly, because we are generally in an hour lesson, but this is going to be a little bit shorter because you have the video to go back and back over and over and over again. So I covered everything pretty well for the first lesson. Okay, so we held our guitar like this. You've crossed your leg. Okay, you don't touch these, okay, because you're going to go out of tune. And you, when you're doing your notes, okay, your thumb. Make sure you catch yourself. Don't put it up there, because I do that too. I look around and I try to catch you guys. Okay, so try to keep it up there. Okay, and then another thing is that when you start doing your at the bottom the string melody there, keep your rhythm. When I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Playing with me, you're doing, easy, right? And we should be in tune, and you'll run it back. You do it as many times as you want, unlike in a real class. Okay? When we learn the chord, E chord, you're going to refer to these 2 fingers, because those are the first two fingers you're going to look at, not all 3. And you're going to put them right where they belong. The second finger on exactly where I told you to be the 5th string of the 2nd fret. Okay, 5th string, the 2nd fret. Then the other one, the 3rd finger, put it right underneath, right there. And then finally, your 1st finger, put it on the 3rd string of the 1st fret. Okay, and play. Hold them down tight. Okay, there you go. Right, and remember. Go up one if you want. Okay, just got to get some sound out of that guitar. Okay? First lesson is never too involved, but as we go along, we're going to be doing songs like Eleanor Rigby, except the rice in the tree for the wedding. Okay, we're going to do some Beatles, we're going to do some Neil Young. I'm going to do other songs that are really well-known songs that everybody parties with, they want to sing along with, you know. You know, like in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. And I'll be singing along, okay, because I'm a singer as well. Sometimes, because I'm doing it from my office here, I'll be using the piano here to do some accompaniment. We'll see how it goes, right? But anyway, we hope you enjoyed this first lesson. Take it, run it back. Now, I feel that maybe we're going to see how this works out, but I'm willing to bet, because you have the video and you'll be able to run it back, you guys might even be better than all my groups I've ever had, because this is the first time I've ever done this video. So we'll see what the next week brings. And again, I'll be sending you another video describing the lesson 2. All right? So thank you for listening, and enjoy, and get that guitar going. Thank you.